So I think that I have really confused my principal, Mrs. Munira Gulzar. Once in first year, she was saying, I am her prodigy. No, I am a prodigy. And then she'd asked my aunt when we were outside her place, where does she come from? Meaning, where do I come from? And how I had confused Gigi, Miss Shafiqa Fikri. Once she told me that this is very dangerous, this between, meaning what's going on between me and her sister, the principal of St. Joseph's College, Mrs. Munira Gulzar. So now it is my duty to remove this confusion and all from my mummy and Chichi. May her soul live in eternal paradise with God. Can we not live in paradise here on earth, having God with us? What actually have we missed? This is what I want to see and find out. So I'm much grateful again for Muji Baba, to Muji Baba, for opening the curtain and making us see our true selves. And this is the I am, I exist, which he has explained so brilliantly and shown us, which is in the Quran too, when the Quran tells us about Hazrat Musa alayhi salam. God says, I am Allah. So I was told this is one of the greatest names of God in the Quran, given in the Quran. In Surah Taha, you can find it, the verse, I am Allah. So much grateful that we passed this so easily, simple way through Muji Baba's invitation and showing us. I don't know, but now I'm more into the intellectual way, which Imam Ali alayhi salam has imparted to us about God. So the thing is that God, before a thing comes to existence, he knows it will be. The evidence of this is only through the intellect, as Imam Ali alayhi salam has imparted to us. Everything that came into existence, God knew before it came into existence. So how can we know this God? So through religious history and even Hinduism, this God's knowledge, knowing, was imparted to very few people, like Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita imparts and shows Arjuna about the all-knowing God who knows before a thing is created or comes into existence. And if I may mention Sadhguru here of Isha Foundation, the YouTube he's uploaded, the source of our creation is God. And so if we don't know who the source of our creation really is, or what He is, then how can we really go on in this life? But Sadhguru says, if I may quote kind of to this effect, that it is utter nonsense to go on in life. Our lives are our actions, our deeds, even though we may think some of them may be good, for beneficial for the society, that God will decide, and He's the best to decide and judge. We cannot say anything, but we can pray and wish that our deeds would be beneficial. That is another story. Another thing. But the thing is that if I don't know God, then how do I know the life that I'm living is beneficial? And how would I worship God, not knowing Him completely, but through second-hand knowledge? So I've been pondering, this is the way of God, to give it through someone chosen, His chosen one, like Sri Krishna had to show Arjuna and make him more convicted. Give him a conviction. So likewise, I thought that Imam Ali alayhi salam, or through Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I would get to meet God, really feel, be self-realized in God. And if God thinks that I am sincere enough as a truth seeker, knowing my weaknesses, strengths, and everything, He would impart this knowledge through someone to me, His chosen beings, who are of highest consciousness or have this knowledge from Him. So now, through Muji Baba, we've actually, if I look at it through the Islamic point of view, the Quran and everything, the highest name of God, the greatest, we have been shown, given. It's the most amazing, simple thing that Muji Baba has just opened the curtain and shown us the I Am, which is in us all, in every sentient, existing being everywhere. Sorry, I don't know how to put it properly. This isness and pure awareness. And if I may say so, some of Muji Baba's videos are revealing some truths about my religion, Shia Islam, why we mourn for Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And this long time ago, my father brought this booklet from a religious gathering, Majlis, a booklet which had this article, Purification of Grief, and it was all about crying for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, Karbala, the event, the grand sacrifice, and how grief can bring us close to God and purify our souls, like it is written in Surah Ala of the Quran, the chapter Ala, purify your souls by remembering the names of God. And actually we believe that crying for Imam Hussein alayhi salam purifies our souls. So some people in the same religion of Islam don't believe in crying and mourning, or even standing at the grave and praying for the departed. Or, sorry, we can pray for the departed, but we shouldn't be talking to the person that departed at the grave. So I was also thinking, what is this? Is this true? What the Shia Muslims do? Does crying purify one's soul? Or what is it? Because there is this self-pity too, and relating our losses to other people's losses, and crying, lamenting too much is also, like, some people believe it's not good. Feeling sorry for ourselves. And then if we practice this crying and mourning and lamenting, the sacrifices given in the way of Islam by Imam Hussein alayhi salam and his friends, family members, would it not make us sorrowful human beings, attached to crying, lamenting our losses, friends we have lost, family members we were attached to? Or have I missed the point entirely? Because some people say that no, we cry because of them being oppressed. They had the power of God to bring natural disasters and make Yazid fail, but they didn't use God's power. And then what they did to the women folk, so we're the atrocities. So we're not crying because of the sacrifice in the way of God, but and for humanity, to save humanity, but we cry because someone did something bad to them, really bad. So they had the courage to go through this without using the powers of God, and being humane. So it would hurt. And witnessing, seeing that it is against the Islamic principles of merciful God, benevolent God, and never to even hurt a tree, a plant, an ant. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, being the mercy of God to us and the universe, that his grandson would go through, and his grandchildren, their followers at Karbala, friends, family members, would go through so much atrocities.